Hello, beautiful soul. It is a beautiful day here in New York, slight rain, and I absolutely love it. I love walking in the rain. I'm a manly man. You can cry when it's raining and no one can see your tears. Manly. Well, I am very sensitive, so I can care less. How else do you purge? How else do you get rid of the past? This is an incredibly deep and incredibly long dark night of the soul. It's releasing not just trauma from this life, but many past lives. And I was channeling spirit just now, and they came through with a beautiful message that you always have a choice. You always have a choice. You are literally carrying within you every dimension above this one. You're carrying every dimension, you're carrying every reality, you're carrying every universe, you're carrying every version of yourself. Everything is simultaneous. And it's oneness. Everyone is you. You are everyone. We all complete each other. You can't have 8 billion versions of you. There has to be infinite versions of God, and you are one piece of God. But it's your choice. It's your choice which dimension you want to be in. It's not in some distant place. Whatever vibration you're at, whatever frequency you are emitting, that's the density that you are choosing to be in. If you are overjoyed and because you feel the heaven within you and you're walking in that heaven, you're being in that heaven, you know that the highest version of yourself exists in complete peace and freedom and abundance. You know in your heart that version of you, that reality exists right now, because there's no such thing as time. There's no past and there's no future. Time is an illusion. It's part of this experience. This density, I feel that I've far left the third density, but the third density is not an easy life. It's extremely difficult. It's very dense. All the emotions are lower frequency emotions. The hatred, the anger, the frustration, the anxiety, jealousy, resentment. All these emotions are lower dimensional emotions. When you choose to feel those emotions, whether you get it from someone else, something you're watching, that's where you're choosing to vibrate from. But you can put up blockers. You can choose to say, no, I'm not going to be my old self anymore. I'm not going to resonate with anything less than love. They say, Spirit says love and above. That is what you should be feeling. That's what you should be resonating with. And watch your world unfold right before your eyes. If you can walk in this place that literally is within you, you're carrying it within you, you're carrying your soul. This vessel is literally a spacesuit. So your soul can have this experience in a lower density. This isn't your home. This is not your home. You're not from here. You're from a higher place. Heaven is your home. That's where we're from. But to come down here to this density, it's not easy. You knew what you were getting into before you even came here. You knew that this was going to be difficult. You knew what you were getting into. You chose the hardships because your soul can handle it. Because you're experienced. You're an experienced soul or old soul, whatever you want to call it. But you chose this. You chose all the hardships. Every major event in your life that caused you trauma, you knew it was coming because you knew you could handle it. And that was a short message that you have a choice in every moment. Every moment. In the now moment. I have to say to myself, I have to use personal affirmations every day. And they remind me. They are personal affirmations. They literally say the same thing to me every day. And I recite to myself, there is no past, there is no future. There's just now. Because when you're not thinking of the past and you're not thinking of the future, you're free. You're free to create. You're free to be in your imagination and use your imagination. And that's the goal. Your goal is to be able to use the greatest tool that you possess, which is your heart and your imagination. You ain't using shit if you are in the past. If you're thinking about the past, all your energy is in the past. Wherever your focus goes is where your energy goes. If you're thinking of the past or the future, your energy is not with you. You're losing it. Imagine little balls of energy. Every thought is little balls of energy that you're giving away because you're thinking about some person that got you mad at work. Some person's mean to you at work. You you got to understand you're not dealing with anyone's true self. Nobody is their true self. Anybody that gets frustrated or angry or that, it's all ego. It's being too focused on your outside world and taking your outside world too seriously, or getting too much authority over other people and they can't handle it. Maybe they didn't have to work their way up from the bottom. They don't understand. Whatever, regardless of whatever it is or who you're letting in, you can protect your energy. You don't have to allow these people to take your energy away. They're winning. If somebody pisses you off, there was a story about Buddha where a guy came up and just started yelling profanities right at Buddha's face. And Buddha was completely unfazed. Completely unfazed. He just sat there with a smile on his face because he knew, it was actually a beautiful story. I wish I could remember it. But essentially, he was completely unfazed by this guy screaming at his face. And what happened was the guy's mood changed. He became calm because he did not feed into the energy he was projecting at him. So another one was Eckhart Tolle. So Eckhart Tolle went over to his neighbor's house. It was a story that he was telling. And the neighbor was freaking out. Oh, they're going to kick me out. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. I haven't paid these bills. And he's like cursing out these people. And Eckhart Tolle didn't say a word. He didn't say anything. He just sat there and he just looked at this person calmly. He did not allow any of that energy, that negative energy within to his field. And he just held that peace that is always within you. And what happened was the person stopped and just paused for a moment and looked back and was looking at him and was like, this doesn't matter, does it? And Eckhart Tolle goes, no, not at all. And he didn't say a word. And the person got up and left calmly. You are supposed to influence the world. You don't let the world influence you. Period. You hold that light. That's your job. You're a light worker. If you're watching this and you're actually taking the time to listen to me, you're a light worker. Obviously, there's no such thing as coincidence. I probably know you very well. But the whole thing is, you're here to influence the world with your frequency, your vibration, and your energy. And you don't allow anything in. You take your power back when you stay present and you stay anchored. You ground, you anchor, you're in the present moment, and bam, use that imagination. Feel the heaven within you. It's there because you're channeling it. You're channeling home with every breath. You're a higher dimensional being living in a lower dimensional environment. There's a lot going on in the world, and all it is a distraction to take you from the truth that I'm telling you right now. Everything going on in the world is by design. It's by design to distract you. Hollywood, movies, media, it's all a distraction to keep you from the truth of who you are and why you're here. We're going through a massive ascension right now. Your DNA is being activated. You are a very, very powerful being, and all the knowledge was kept from you because knowledge is power. But now it's time for you to know. It's time for you to learn. It may sound absolutely insane, but you know that there's more to life. It's uncomfortable living sometimes because deep down you know you're not from here. Deep down you know life is not supposed to be working 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet and still barely, making the rent. Life is not supposed to be like this. But there's good guys. There's a lot of white hats. There's a lot of positive beings, benevolent beings that are here assisting us right now, and I wouldn't be speaking with you if they weren't. We wouldn't even be alive. We wouldn't even be able to go to work doing the 9 to 5 if they weren't here. They're regulating all the energy coming in from the sun, because we'd go insane if they didn't. Actually, we'd probably die because it would be too intense. but they're regulating everything because they want us to see this mission through to the end. You are on a mission. You came here on a mission. And we're out of time. That's why I'm making this video. You're out of time. It's done. It's done. Everything's ran its course. Everything has fell perfectly into place for us to finally rise up. A lot of negative, evil technology was taken down and dismantled within the last few years, many years. There's been a war going on behind the scenes. A spiritual war that you were very, very part of. You were an integral part of it. Every single one of us. Everyone is part of this mission. You volunteered to come here at this time. You've been here many lifetimes. I've gotten time regression hypnosis, so I experienced what a couple of my past lives felt like, because I would come across information that I'm talking about and I wanted to see for myself. I'm not just going to listen to somebody, I'm going to see if it's true. Reiki healing, yeah, sure, okay. Well, I went around the block to a healing center that was coincidentally right around the block for me, and I helped some girl heal her bronchitis because I learned how to do Reiki healing, energy healing. And it makes sense scientifically because you channel energy with every breath. Your heart, you're not plugged into a wall. Where are you getting your energy from? You're like a human Tesla coil. You're attracting all this energy all around you, all of God. God flows through you. They say God is everywhere. God is in everything. It's true. God supports all of life in this entire universe. And he flows through you. And you somehow have this inclination that you're powerless. When God literally flows through you, when we can, on a small percentage of our DNA, we can perform energy healing. We can be telepathic. We have all these abilities that we can express and practice off of literally just a small percentage of DNA. Like around 10% or something, maybe less. But that's insane. That, like, if you think about that, you can try to fathom how powerful you are. And it's all kept from you. Because knowledge is literally power. You need to be aware of these things in order to apply it to your life. If you just keep being distracted from all the drama, if you keep watching, these movies and actually, you know what? Just taking life too seriously. If you take life too seriously, that's giving away your energy to things that are in your outside environment. When you carry all those highest dimensions and highest versions of yourself from inside, you carry it inside. That's the real you. That's the real reality that you want to be in. That's heaven on earth. It's all within you. It's in your heart. Everything outside of you is a distraction. This is the past. Everything outside of you is the past. You don't want to take it seriously. And those people, I was always a try-hard at work. Literally, I was always a try-hard. I always had to prove myself. I always felt like I had to prove myself. And it always amazed me, these people that just don't give a shit. They really don't care. Everyone has those people at their job where they just don't give a shit. And they're just so laid back. They could get in trouble. They could fall behind. Nothing phases them, right? Listen, I'm not saying not to do a good job. You should do a good job. But do it lightheartedly. Do it without taking it too seriously, because you're the ones that get beat up. We're the ones that get beat up from the boss because they know they could be hard on us. And then the people that do half as much as us, they don't get beat up from the boss at all because they know it don't faze them. But you want to do a good job, so they'll get on you. It don't make no sense, does it? So I still work hard. I still do a good job because I want to. But I don't take life as serious. I don't give away my energy that easily. I don't want to go home still thinking about work. You shouldn't go home thinking about work. There's no such thing as work. You're doing. You're doing. The real, true, authentic you doesn't need money. You're so freaking abundant. You're beyond abundant. But you thinking that you need to work for money makes it harder for you to get it. So inside, you're incredibly abundant. infinitely abundant. But the more you worry about money, the more you worry about where it's going to come from, the harder it is to get. You're like pushing it away because whatever your vibration says is what the universe is going to show you more of. So if you resonate with struggle and not having enough money, it will be harder for you to attain it. But then if you don't worry and you just let go and let God, money will come out of seemingly nowhere. Another job will come up, another job offer. Somebody will accept your, I'm back at my home. Your application. Somebody will accept your application out of nowhere. Like, you don't know. Anything can happen at any time. The main message is to let go. Don't take life too seriously. Know that you have a choice in every single moment. How you feel determines your reality. Everything outside of you is the past. And there is nothing except the now moment. There is nothing except the now moment. That's where the peace is. That's exactly how you find peace, is by being in the present moment, going within your heart, and using your imagination. What does your heaven look like? What does your heaven feel like? And that's another message for today. Yeah, it's getting long. 16 minutes. I went past my 15-minute limit because it takes hours to upload. So please like, share, and subscribe. I love you, and everything is going to work out for you. Everything's going to be perfect. There's no worries. Be at peace, because peace is always with you. I love you. Have a great day.